you with the chest. Beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex.
Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances are quite unlikely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me. Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
I got the time today, I'm looking for all of the fades, want all of the smoke, all of my goals inside of the scope. I'm taking it hill and coming for more. Woke up, didn't even stretch, I'm placing my bets on myself, I be doing the most. Why you always talk like you wanted to go? I ain't gotta speak cause I already know. This ain't been new to me, a news to me. I came out the womb unique, shine bright like jewelry. Of course you don't wanna fool with me. I got views to see and gifts to use. I got everything to gain and none to lose, and he can prove. I took his burden and yoke, it's like moose when I hit the moves. You can't tell me anything, I mean anything, that's for sure. I already know, I know my identity from the go. I told you I already know. You can't tell me anything, I mean anything, that's for sure. I already know, I know my identity from the go.
Already know. I already know.
Yeah. I'm spitting the truth. When I'm in the booth, I take you to school. Yeah. This ain't a lesson. I put on this armor like it was my weapon. I'm stepping, the ops can leave. My props are these utilities he put inside of my belt. Feeling me, it's just the face I can tell, but really the king is the one you can smell. This ain't been new to me, a news to me. I came out the womb unique. Shine bright like jewelry. Of course you don't wanna fool with me. I got views to see and gifts to use. I got everything to gain and none to lose, and he can prove. I took his burden and yoke, it's like moose when I hit the moves.
You can't tell me anything, I mean anything, that's for sure.
I already know,
I know my identity from the go.
I told you I already know.
You can't tell me anything, I mean anything, that's for sure.
I already know,
I know my identity from the go. Already know. Catch me on the downslide. I'll be heading up in the wild, chillin' low key. Catch me on the downslide. I'll be heading up in the wild, chillin' low key. Catch me on the downslide. I'll be heading up in the wild, chillin' low key. Catch me on the downslide. I'll be heading up in the wild, chillin' low key. Catch me on the downslide. Catch me on the downslide. Catch me on the downslide. I'll be heading up in the wild, chillin' low key. Catch me on the downslide. Catch me on the downslide.
got the recipe, never gonna let any op get the best of me. Thought it was distance, but haters is next to me. Talk to the spirit, you know I've been heavenly. Company definitely show your trajectory. This ain't a diss cause I say it respectfully. It's time to eat up, red like a speeder. Taking it deeper and that's how it better be. I never let the comparison get to me. I just remember the promises meant for me. I know the enemy and that he's sent for me. I keep the blood of the lemons my centerpiece. I cannot trust in no crystals or energy. Look at the chemistry, it do not even mix chemically. Most of the tricks they be gimmicks, they mimic the truth. It's poison and we got the remedy. There is a bomb, apply it. The fire can stand to the tallest of giants. The tyrant and all the suppliers are scheming and lying. They selling his dreams and we buying it. Show me the chicken, I'm frying it. Show me the dough and I'm prying it. Ain't never lacking it, so what I'm packing, he taking it, he magnifying it.
They say you ain't bout it. Tell them that you finna make it, but they doubt it. But you rose like the flower. Tell me what it's like to live with superpowers.
I don't know, but I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I just know that I'ma get it. I'ma get it.
It's Sandusky Perkins versus Upper Sandusky. It's the Division IV Boys Baseball Regional Semifinals. And we'll have all the action coming up next on the OH Report.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
For over 12 years, you've trusted Scout Construction for quality building and remodeling. Now we're proud to offer expert excavation services to start your project off right. You see what we build, now see the way we dig. Experience the Scout Construction difference. Call or email us today for a free quote and let us break ground together.
And welcome back to Bowling Green State University for today's pregame show, being brought to you by Maumee Bay Turf and by Danny's Cafe of Rossford. Lynn Passett along with Joshua Banks and Adam Thompson, and we are here to bring you today's Division IV regional semifinal between Perkins and Upper Sandusky. And Josh, I think it would be easy for us to say this looks like it should be a pitcher's duel for both teams today.
Yeah, both teams, they do a great job of running pitch counts up, but both of these pitchers, two of the best in their respective leagues. So if they throw the way we know they can, we're in store for a battle.
I spoke with both head coaches prior to the game. I said any kind of a pitch count, any kind of an objective to get your starter out. They said, nope, we're riding them as long as we have to. If we get ahead, obviously we'll start thinking about the next game, but you can't get to the next game without winning this game. And this game should be a dandy. Perkins coming in at 8-2, first place in the SBC, 20-9 overall on the season. Upper Sandusky coming in from the Northern 10, where they shared the championship, and they are, let me look here, they are 12-2 in the N10, 18-4 overall. Upper has won 4 straight, 8 of their last 10. Perkins has won 3 straight, 6 of their last 8. And I think when it comes to batting and hitting, both teams are really good, solid hitters, and both teams want to be patient at the plate today.
Yeah, they want to be patient. They want to ride pitch counts. They want to push those pitch counts up, get these starters out of the game early, and that's what it's going to take for either one of these teams to leave victorious today.
Well, we talked about the two head coaches. TJ Blanton is the head coach for the Perkins Pirates. On the other side, Jerry Smalley is the head coach for Upper Sandusky. Jerry has announced this is his final season. We'll be back to talk more about that after we take this timeout. Welcome back to today's pregame show, and we continue to look at the Upper Sandusky Rams. Their head coach is Jerry Smalley. He's in his 5th season. He has a record of 91-36, and he has announced this is his final season. He wants to watch the grandkids begin to play softball and baseball and soccer, so it is it for Jerry, and he is hoping today is not any kind of a swan song for him and his team. When we look at the player spotlights, Josh, we start with the Perkins Pirates, and they are led by Talon Walton, who bats .350 on the season, but mainly he is a source of speed on the base paths.
Yeah, Talon Walton does a great job in the box. He's one of those guys, you said .349 on the season. He's got 23 hits, 22 RBIs, but when it comes to base running, he's got 20 stolen bases, second on the team, and he hasn't been caught stealing yet.
Perkins batting as a team .296. Their team ERA is 3.40. Now let's turn our attention to the Upper Sandusky Rams, and here we're going to be spotlighting another fantastic player.
Yeah, Josh Heilman, the junior for the Rams. He leads the team in batting average, on-base percentage, runs, and not only that, Lynn, he's their ace on the mound, and he's going to step on the mound in this regional semifinal game.
Yes, Josh Heilman will get this start. As you mentioned, he bats .458 at the plate. But the main thing from him today, he's got 4 or 5 different pitches. He wants to use them all. He wants to keep Perkins as off balance as he possibly can. That's a look at today's pregame show. It's been brought to you by Maumee Bay and Turf, and it's also been brought to you by Danny's Cafe in Rossford.
Now, before we jump into our games, how about we take a look at keys to victory as well for both squads? And first, it'll be Upper Sandusky. Hey, you got to keep it close. Perkins, one of those teams, they want to come out, they want to jump on them early. They did it to Clear Fork, they did it to Shelby, they've done it to all the teams in the tournament so far. Jump on them early. If you're Upper, you got to keep it close, and you got to control the game from the pitching mound.
And that's exactly what Josh Heilman is going to try and do this afternoon. He will be facing his opening batter. That is Bryce Davey. He's the center fielder. He hits .302 on the season. And as we mentioned, Perkins as a team, their batting average doesn't really overwhelm you. They bat .296. And our opening pitch is a swing and a miss. And we are underway here from Bowling Green, where the wind is always blowing. And today, opposite of last week when we saw the girls' regionals, the wind was blowing directly into home plate. Today, if you lift one up into the air, it's going, because that wind is from home plate straight out to right center field.
Yeah, wind's blowing straight out. Somebody gets the ball in the air. We got a shot to see some long balls.
Heilman got a quick 0-2 count on his leadoff hitter, Bryce Davey. He tosses one a little outside, hoping that Davey might chase, and the count now falls to 1-2. And here's one lifted into the air. Left field, Gibson has it, and there's one away in the top of the first inning for Sandusky Perkins. Dylan Crabtree is batting next. He's the right fielder. On deck is Braxton Martin. He'll be the third baseman. Talon Walton is your shortstop today. Cash Cook, the pitcher. Blake Parker is at first base. Quentin Benetti is your designated hitter. Carter Cook is doing the catching. And Sam Schwienfurth is at second base. And exactly what Heilman wants to do. Lead off every batter with a strike and get ahead in the count, and he does so here. And the count is now 0-2.
Yeah, first 2 batters goes 0-2 early. Gets a 4-pitch AB out of the first guy. Look for him to go high and away here again with a fastball. You're going to go off speed, low and away.
Well, Coach Smalley told me prior to today's game, it is all on his breaking pitch. If he can get his curveball and his changeup curve over, he's going to be tough to hit. If those two are missing, he'll be battling today. Here's one shot straight back behind the screen just to our left, and the count now 1-2.
Josh doing a good job early, getting ahead, staying ahead of batters, and working very quickly, Lynn. That
looked like that might have been the changeup curve that he wanted to throw right there and just couldn't seem to get it to turn over. So we'll see if that continues to be a struggle for him. 2-2 the count, one away here in the top of the first inning. Another fly ball lifted to left field. Chases Gibson back. He's got the grab, and there are 2 away for Perkins here in the top of the first inning. That will bring up Braxton Martin, the third baseman. He hits .241 on the season.
Kind of see the wind affect that one. Gibson got a good read on it, but it just kept carrying out there to left center.
Now then, this is third baseman number 5, Braxton Martin.
Martin, as we said, hitting .241. Heilman has gotten ahead of every batter until now. Here he is going to take a ball.
First batter, he didn't start fastball either right there. When he went curveball, first pitch to the number 3 hitter.
There's another curveball, just misses inside again. Chad Snyder is our home plate umpire this afternoon. Lots of experience there, several state appearances. And Heilman 3-0 now to Braxton Martin. Not the guy you really want to be walking, not that you want to walk anybody, but you don't want to lose a chance for a 1-2-3 inning. And he's high on that pitch and a walk.
Forced right there from Heilman, and now you're bringing up our player spotlight. And this is not a guy you want to put up in this situation. A chance to keep the inning going. big shot here for Perkins to move some runners.
Yep, this is the shortstop, Talon Walton, hitting .350 on the season. Keep your eyes on Braxton Martin now on first. Perkins loves to run. And TJ Blanton, their head coach, told me we are not going to change a thing. We are going to get on, and we are going to try to steal, steal, and steal again. And Heilman fires over to first base just to let Martin know that I see you. I've got you in my peripheral vision. High pop up on the first base side. Second baseman has called for it. And Justin Heilman takes it and puts it away. So Perkins goes down with 3 outs and no hits, 1 runner off the walk. And at the end of a half inning, it is Perkins nothing, the Rams coming to bat. You're watching live and free action right here on the OH Report.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Welcome back to Bowling Green State University. Lynn Passett and Josh Banks along with you for this boys Division IV regional semifinal. Perkins and Upper Sandusky. The Pirates went down scoreless in that opening inning, and now the Rams coming up to bat. Justin Heilman, the second baseman, will lead things off. He hits .394 for the Rams. As a team, they hit .339. That's a great batting average for a team.
Yeah, they do a great job of putting the ball in play. They force the other team to make the plays or force mistakes.
And on the mound for Perkins is Cash Cook. Both teams throwing their aces today, and Cook has an outstanding ERA. He flashes a lot of different pitches, but the good one is his fastball. He'll hit 88 to 90 miles an hour with it.
Yeah, and you see it right there. Goes inside, inner half with the fastball, ties Heilman's hands up, and now he's ahead of Justin 1 and 2.
Yeah, Justin right there looked a little short-handed with that last swing. He kind of got jammed on that inside pitch, and he's crowding the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Off-speed pitch high and outside, evens the count at 2-2. Pirates defense straight away as far as you can look. Outfield infielders right at their normal depths and right at their normal positions. Heilman and Caleb Francis on deck for the Rams. And Heilman will go down swinging. First strikeout.
That's that fastball there from Cash. They're going to struggle. Not something they've seen all year. Somebody touches 88 to 90 miles an hour. They're going to have to really shorten their approach, have quick hands, and attack the baseball.
Shortstop number 42, Caleb Francis.
Shortstop Caleb Francis, batting .328 on the season, steps into the plate. Kason Goffrey, the catcher, is on deck, and he will take a ball down low and outside.
First pitch curveball there from Coke. And what do you expect here? The 2-hole hitter hitting .320. Don't throw too many fastballs to this upper offense.
Here's one fouled off down the first base side of things, and that will even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Beautiful day here in Bowling Green. I was here a week ago for the girls regional fast pitch regional, and that wind was vicious then into our faces, and now today, as usual, the wind is back, so are we, but this time it's to our backs, blowing out to center field. If you can really get a hold of one today, you can run for a while.
Yeah, you got a chance. I mean, we're looking at 345 to the corners, 400 to dead center. So it's going to take a lot to put one out. But with this wind, it can be helpful.
Absolutely. Fresh set of baseballs coming back in as Chad Snyder, our home plate umpire, says, guys, I don't have any left. You got to get me some. Perkins fouled off 4 or 5 pitches in that opening half inning, and now the Rams have knocked a couple around as well. Need to come with a full bag of balls today. That one down low. Good eye by Caleb Francis, the shortstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Francis, that go-to middle infielder, but also their go-to reliever as well on the mound, one of the better pitchers for the staff.
Just outside with the fastball there, and it is now 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count, as the Rams try to get their first base runner of the day on base. And down, oh, he struck him out. I thought it was low and inside.
Struck him out looking not what you want to see if you're the Rams. You got to at least go down swinging, as that's a great location from Cash. And now an opportunity to go 1, 2, 3 here.
And as a pitcher, there's no better feeling than when you strike out the side. You kind of feel like you're in control of things, and the Rams want to at least put one in play here, and they do. Lofting a fly ball, or actually a pop-up, infield pop-up to Braxton Martin, and the Rams go down in order 1, 2, 3. At the end of one complete from Bowling Green, it's Perkins nothing, Rams nothing. You're watching live and free baseball on the OH Report. Top of the second inning now for the Pirates of Perkins. This will be the pitcher Cash Cook, followed by Blake Parker, and then Quinton Bennett to lead off the top half of the second inning for Sandusky Perkins. And Heilman down 1 ball, no strikes. And now a shot to center field, and that's going to drop for the game's first hit. Nice stroke that time by Cash Cook. He not only pitches, but he hits. He bats .229 on the season.
Yeah, Cash, great inside out swing there. Took that outside fastball right back up the middle to center field.
I know the Pirates like to run. The interesting thing will be, will they use that same mantra with Cook, their pitcher? Because last thing you want to do is get a pitcher hurt because he's sliding or gets hit by a ball. You never know what's going to happen, so you have to wonder, are they going to continue that aggressiveness with him on the base paths? This is Blake Parker, the first baseman. He's hitting .344 on the season for the Pirates. Heilman paying very close attention to Cook over on first base, and he's high with this delivery. 2 balls, no strikes. So Heilman struggling a little bit out of the gates here in the second.
Heilman really struggling here from the stretch. I think he's focused so much on the runners because he's expecting that steal. He's not seeing the pitch all the way to the mitt.
There's a strike, 2 balls, 1 strike. Definitely want to keep that ball down to these Pirate hitters. Try and force the ground ball double play if at all possible. And there he got one fouled off down the right field side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's battled back to even the count now.
A big 2-2 pitch here for Heilman.
Rams have Gibson in left field, Kane Roop in center, Trey Johnson in right, Brody Cox at third. Here's a looper right over shortstop. That's going to fall, and the Pirates have back-to-back singles to open up the top half of the second inning. A little something going here now.
Yeah, that was off the hands there, and he did a great job of just getting something to it. Punched it just hard enough to get over the shortstop's head. Now you got first and second with nobody out, Lynn. This is a dangerous situation if you're the Upper Sandusky Rams defense.
Yep, the DH, Quentin Bennett, is now hitting for Perkins, and he's showing signs of a bunt, which might not be a bad idea, even though he's your DH and you'd love to not take the bat out of his hands. You also want to try and move those runners and get something moving.
Get those runners on second, third with 1 down, kind of try to flip the order.
That pitch down and outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Bennett. He hits .333 on the season. Perkins not a big power team, only a couple of home runs on the season. They don't rely on the long ball, but they crush this one. Bennett hammers it to left. It's off the face of the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Bennett is going to trot into second with a double, and it's 2-0 Perkins.
And how about the swing there by Bennett? He got the inside fastball. He got his hands to it, turned on it, and that one hopped the fence, Lynn.
Yes, it hit the warning track, and it got up into that wind, and Gibson had no chance. He was beat from the moment it was hit, because I feel like the outfielders look like they're playing a little shallow.
Yes.
And as soon as he hit that, I thought there is no way that's going to get caught.
As we'll now have a pinch runner come out for Perkins.
So the Pirates have hit Josh Heilman immediately here in the first inning, and they're looking for more. Nobody out. Runner on second after the double from Bennett. This is Carter Cook, the catcher. He hits .279 on the season. Heilman really needs a strikeout or a pop-up or something that can be tallied rather easily, and he gets ahead in the count. No balls, 1 strike.
Well, and so far here in the first inning and a half for Heilman, the difference has been he struggled to find the off-speed there as he plunks Carter with the curveball. They're able to sit fastball. That's the only thing he can consistently throw for a strike, and that's going to become a problem for Upper Sandusky if he can't find that off-speed.
Yep, we talked to head coach Smalley, Jerry Smalley, prior to the game, and he said it's all going to be based on whether or not Heilman is getting his curveball over the plate or not. And so far he is struggling with getting that off-speed pitch and his curveball over the plate. Runners at first and second now for the Pirates. Nobody out. This is Sam Schwienfurth. And Heilman continuing to struggle. 2 balls, no strikes. Make that 1-1. There's a foul ball off the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now if you're the Rams, you're really hoping for a double play ball here.
Yeah, a double play ball would be massive. A strikeout here as well could kind of help boost his confidence, get him 1 out.
There's the curveball. This time he at least was close. The other times it wasn't turning over and even breaking. At least that time he got it to move. You have to wonder if the wind is playing a little bit of an effect because it's blowing a good 25, 30 miles an hour. Heilman down low into the dirt. We have a full count now at 3 balls, 2 strikes to Sam Schwienfurth. He hits .269 on the season.
And if you're Perkins, you're getting ready to flip back over the top half of your lineup, and there's still nobody out.
Well, Heilman gets his first K of the afternoon, and he needed that one. Now the double play ball would really be massive to end the inning and get him onto the bench where he can relax a little bit.
Yeah, Perkins with 3 hits, all 3 coming here in the top half of inning number 2.
2 runs already in, runners at first and second for the Pirates, and a bunt attempt. He did go, and that is going to be a called strike on Bryce Davey. He flew out to left field to Gibson to open the ball game. He hits .302 on the season. 1 triple, and he has scored 13 runs this season. He tries to get that one down, but fouls it straight into the batter's box for a foul ball. It's now 0-2.
That's probably 2 bunt attempts there that Bryce probably should have pulled back on. It looked like both of those pitches might have been elevated. He's telling himself that right now because now you have to take the bunt off.
Oh, 0-2. Nice. He got
off
the
speed
K.
work there. He got the curveball to get across the plate just enough for Bryce to chase it. 2 down now, 2 on still. A big chance for Heilman to get out of this inning.
But an even bigger chance for the Pirates to blow things open. This is the right fielder, Dylan Crabtree. He flew out to Gibson in left field as well in the first inning, and he's late on this swing, and he's down 0-1.
The big thing for both of these guys on the mound today is keeping hitters off balance. When your off speed's not working, they can sit fastball, they time it up. Heilman's finding his off speed now.
Ground ball right up the middle. It found its way through. They're going to send the runner from second. He will score easily, and they're right back to a first and second. And I am not 100% sure he touched home plate.
I'm thinking he missed it. They're gonna go touch home, and I believe they're gonna call him out.
I think so too. He is out.
Yes.
Wow.
He did not touch home plate at all when he crossed the plate. He stepped in front of it, stepped then over top of it. It's a great call by Chad Snyder behind the dish.
Yep, Carter Cook is the catcher for Perkins, and I thought I saw him step right in front of the plate, and he did. So the Rams get out of it with only 2 against them. Perkins up 2-0 after 1.5. You're watching high school baseball live and free on the OH Report.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
We are back at Bowling Green, and it's 2-0 Perkins, and here is that last out. You're going to see the single by Dylan Crabtree, and the center fielder will throw it in, and watch the runner coming around. He misses right there. He steps in front of home plate, but never touches it. Josh, you and I both caught that immediately. Great camera work as well. And instead of a 3-0 lead in the inning still moving for Perkins, it's 2-0 and the inning is over. So the Rams got a big break, and I think they were also helped out by their home fans who also saw the runner did not cross the plate, and they said, get it in, throw it to home and touch home, and they did. And they got that third out very conveniently.
Well, and the best thing about that, too, is having an umpire like Chad Snyder, who's got years of experience behind the plate, that actually pays attention to that situation. You see a lot of guys, they'll get caught looking out at the ball, where the ball's at, and they wouldn't see that play. Luckily enough, we've got a good crew out here today, and great camera work by Jeremy Peoples to get that shot. Huge break for Upper Sandusky, but now they have to capitalize, Lynn.
Yep, they trail 2-0 at the end of 1.5, and the Rams will bring up their number 4 hitter, Josh Heilman. He's your pitcher, followed by David Gibson and then Kane Roop. He is your center fielder. So Heilman, the pitcher, bats .458. He leads all hitters for the Rams, and they have yet to get anyone on base. They went down 1-2-3 in that first inning with a couple of strikeouts and then a pop up to third. And here Heilman is down in the count, no balls, 1 strike.
Cash done a great job so far, again, getting ahead of every hitter he's faced.
Here's a ground ball speared by the third baseman, fires over to first. That's Braxton Martin, who fires over to Blake Parker, and there's 1 away after the 5-3 out.
That's a great job by Martin to cut that ball off, didn't give it a chance to get to the shortstop, and made the routine play.
That brings up Dave Gibson, the left fielder. He's made a couple of nice catches out and left, and then had one hit over his head for a 2 RBI double. And he hits .333.
Take ball 1 low and in.
Yep. Cash Cook trying to keep those balls low. Good pitchers will do so. Inside with that one, and the first time today he's been down in the count, 2 balls, no strikes.
Especially on a day like today, you want to keep it low. You don't want to hang anything belt high with the wind.
Gibson with a swing, and he chips it right off the catcher's shoulder pad, and it's now 2 balls, 1 strike. As we said, Gibson, the left fielder, he's hitting .333 so far this season. Everyone playing him straight away. Inside for 3-1. So the Rams have a possible base runner for the first time this afternoon. We'll see if Gibson can continue to work the count. I expect Cash to come with a fastball right down the middle here, and he does, and he hits it right back up the middle. Opening hit of the ball game for the Rams as Gibson is on with a base hit.
Yeah, it's a great job by Gibson. Exactly what you and I were both expecting. Fastball middle from Cash, down 3-1. Gibson took it right back where it came from. Great job there on both sides.
Yeah. Cook did exactly what he had to do. He had to get the count back to a measurable count that he could work with, and at the same time Gibson wanted to make use of the fact that he knew fastball was most likely coming. And here's a little dribbler back to Cook at the mound. He'll go 1-3, and now they'll fire it back to second and try and get Gibson, but they won't. And there are 2 away now for the Rams.
Big opportunity now here for the Rams. A base hit likely scores a run, cuts this lead in half.
Brings up the third baseman, Brody Cox. Only hitting .172 on the season. Boy, he could make some big news for himself with a single right here.
Push something to the opposite field here if you're Brody.
Infielders playing a little more toward the center. They're squeezing a bit, and he lifts a high fly ball to center field. And that's going to be hauled in by Perkins, Bryce Davey, and that is it for the Rams. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. The end of 2, Perkins 2, Rams nothing. You're watching live and free on the OH Report. Top of the third now, as Perkins will have leading things off Braxton Martin, the third baseman. He drew a walk in his first at-bat against Heilman. Here he lofts one into left, or make that right center field, and the right fielder, Trey Johnson, will pull that one in. One down for Perkins in the visiting top half of the third inning.
Still, even after the ball being hit over Gibson's head, Lynn, these outfielders still playing kind of shallow.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they haven't backed him up about 4 steps just to make sure that you keep everything in front of you. Had that ball been in front of Gibson earlier, it would have been a different story. Here's the shortstop making a nice play. That is Caleb Francis for the Rams, throwing over to first base, and 2 up, 2 down.
Heilman getting himself in the rhythm now, threw first ball to the batter, got a fly out, gets a ground ball in the first pitch there. Could have a 5 or a 6 pitch inning here, could be huge for him after that second.
Well, this is where things really turned in the second inning for the Pirates. Cash Cook, the pitcher, led things off with a single, and he's back up again. He was followed by another single from Blake Parker, and then we saw that 2 RBI double by Quentin Bennett, and that's how Perkins got on the board in the second inning. They had 2 runs on 3 hits in that second inning, and of course they actually had a 4th hit, but it didn't bring in the run because the runner, who didn't even have a play at the plate, missed home plate, and the Rams got him out. Check swing, but yes, he went. Cash Cook on the swing, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Heilman now looking to battle his way back, makes the count even.
That center fielder really looks like he is in
right center. Very shallow and almost right center. Looks like everybody's shaded to right field.
Big hole in left center if Cook can hit it, and he rips one in the hole between short and third. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. He's not only doing it with his arm as a pitcher, but he's doing it with the bat in his hands as well.
Yeah, doing a great job of helping himself so far. But again, you said it yourself, this is where they did the damage back in inning number 2.
Now batting is the first baseman, number 6, Blake Parker.
That brings to the plate Blake Parker. That's a tongue twister. He's your first baseman. He's hitting .344 on the season. He singled back in the second inning. He and Cook scored the only 2 runs of the ball game for the Pirates. Here's one in the dirt. Cook is going to go ahead and scamper down to second base. And now they have someone in scoring position.
Yeah, now Parker, base hit by Parker, potentially makes this a 3-0 ball game.
Unless Cook misses home plate.
We've seen that happen once.
He probably learned from his brother. There's a rip down the third baseline. It's a fair ball. It's going to score a run. He's going to dig for second, and he is in with the headfirst slide. Cash Cook is 2 for 2. He's scored 2 runs, and Blake Parker is now 2 for 2.
That's just a great swing there by Blake Parker. Pulls it down the line, just stays over the bag. And Gibson comes up looking to go forward, doesn't even see the runner advancing to second. Probably had an opportunity to make a throw to second to make that a play. Instead, there's no throw.
And here is Quentin Bennett hitting .333. He had that 2 RBI double back in the second inning when he absolutely hammered a pitch from Heilman over the left fielder Gibson's head. Gibson has backed up about 4 steps since then, but the center fielder remains rather shallow, and here's one up the middle again. They're going to send another runner home, and the run machine from Perkins continues off the single from Bennett.
The same part of the lineup that did the damage in the second has now done it again here in the third. They're doing everything right.
Cook and Parker have each scored 2 runs, and it's 4-0 Perkins, and this will bring Carter Cook to the plate. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Heilman having a hard time after getting 2 real quick outs to start this inning with a fly ball to right field and a ground out to shortstop, and now it's been nothing but a round the circle train for Perkins. The merry-go-round has been striking. And Heilman almost looks like he's starting to overthrow just a little bit.
Overthink, overthrow. Those couple hits can really get in a pitcher's head and make you lose all concentration.
And this inning, almost all those balls, none of them were really smashed hard. They were just kind of seeing eye hits that found their way through the infield. And just like that, he gave up 2 more runs. And he's about to put another runner on base. The count is now 3-1 here to Carter Cook.
And again, the Perkins batters, as we talked about, they don't have a high average, but they show great patience at the plate.
Carter Cook, the batter, he's the one who missed home plate. You can bet that TJ Blanton had a discussion with him, and that will never happen again.
Absolutely not.
3 balls, 1 strike to Carter Cook, the catcher. Bennett on first, takes off, and they called that another hit by pitch. They say it got him in the wrist. He's going to go home with some bruises and some aspirin, some Tylenol.
He's going to need something after getting pegged twice.
So 2 out. Rams got 2 outs immediately to open up this inning, and since then it's been the merry-go-round, the hit machine for Perkins. They've already plated 2. They now have runners at first and second with 2 out, and that brings to the plate Sam Schwienfurth. Second baseman, he's hitting .269 on the season. And another hit here scores at least 1 more. Heilman missing outside, and you have to wonder now if this might be his last inning.
Yeah, how much longer do you let him go and continue to struggle the way he has today?
He's thrown a lot of pitches here in 3 innings. And here's a high fly ball. Looks like the center fielder is going to take it, and he will put it away, and that will end the inning. But Perkins strikes for 2 more in the top of the 3rd. They now lead the Rams 4-0. You're watching Boys Division IV Regional Semifinal Baseball action, live and free on the OH Report.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Bottom half of the 3rd inning for Upper Sandusky as they will see Nate Lewis, Trey Johnson, and the top of the order, Justin Heilman coming to the plate. They trail 4-0 after 2.5 here in Bowling Green. Pirates of Sandusky Perkins getting 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd. They have 7 hits to go with their 4 runs. Upper has just 1 base runner today, Dave Gibson, with a single up the middle in the 2nd inning. And now this is Lewis, the designated hitter, with a 2-ball, no-strike count.
Yeah, Cash kind of struggling here early in the bottom half of the 3rd. He did the same thing last inning, worked his way through it, got himself out of it without giving up anything.
Here's a foul ball back behind the screen at home plate. Makes the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Sometimes as a pitcher too, you have a longer inning like that, you're a little stiff even though you had a chance to warm up, and then you got to go back out. And this wind, you're throwing into the wind.
Yep.
I know that always mentally bothered me when I had to throw into a heavy wind like this today. And there's the 2nd hit of the afternoon for the Rams. Nate Lewis, leadoff single for Upper, and they'll have their first base runner on base with nobody out.
Yeah, first leadoff hit of the game for Upper, and they really need to try to get something going here in this inning. Heilman already at 61 pitches through 3 innings. Don't know how much more he has left in the tank. Really got to get the cash here in this half.
Yeah, you and I spoke between half innings, and I said I wouldn't be surprised if that was it for Heilman. 61 isn't a huge amount, but he's struggling, and they may let him go one more. We'll have to see. This is Trey Johnson, the right fielder, at the plate. Fouls one off to the right side. It's 0-1. Rams have got to start manufacturing some runs. They trail 4-0. 2 hits in the ball game, 1 for Gibson, 1 for Lewis. And Lewis is at first right now with nobody out. Breaking ball outside, and the count goes to 1-1.
Yeah, neither arm on the mound today really able to find their breaking ball, their off speed. They're both throwing their fastball very effectively, but hitters are going to eventually be able to time that up.
Well, that wind definitely does mess. When it's blowing hard, it messes with your breaking pitch.
Absolutely.
1 ball, 2 strikes now to Trey Johnson, right fielder. And he'll step out as Cook is paying a lot of attention to that runner, Nate Lewis, over on first. Rams coming in, having scored 182 runs on the season. That is 8.2 per game. They've given up only 69 runs, or 3 runs per game. So they win by an average of 8-3. They are 18-4 on the season. They sport just 4 seniors and 3 juniors, so this is a very young Upper Sandusky team. As we mentioned earlier, Jerry Smalley, the head coach, he's in his 5th season and his final season. He has turned in his resignation. Here's a blooper to second base, caught, and they will double up. The leadoff hitter, Nate Lewis, and the Rams end up going down 1, 2, 3, and that will do it. Well, that's only 2 outs. I'm sorry, I was thinking we already had 1. That is 2 outs, but they wipe the bases clean off that blooper to 4.
Yeah, great play by the second baseman. Tracked it, went up, made the play, and the awareness to make the throw to first, to Parker at first, is just everything you're supposed to do. Lewis got a little bit too big on that secondary, and it cost him a runner.
Yep, those bloopers, you just got to wait and see, is it going to be caught or is it going to drop? You still got plenty of time to get to second if it falls, and this brings up now Justin Heilman, the second baseman, hitting .394 on the season. He struck out his first time up. He now comes to the plate in the 3rd with nobody on and 2 out. 2 balls, no strikes.
Expect to see much more patience the second time through the order out of Upper Sandusky as well.
Hits one high to the center fielder, and it looks like Bryce Davey will make the catch for Perkins. And now the Rams are finished in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. At the end of 3, it's Perkins 4, Upper Sandusky nothing. You're watching live and free on the OH Report. Boys Division 4 Regional Semifinal baseball action from Bowling Green State University. Lynn Passett and Josh Banks with you on the OH Report. Sandusky Perkins on top of Upper Sandusky 4-0. The Pirates with 7 hits to plate their 4 runs. Rams with 2 hits and no runs. And leading things off here in the top half of the 4th inning for Perkins is Bryce Davey. He's their leadoff hitter.
3rd time through the order already for Perkins. That's going to be over the center fielder's head. It'll be at least 2. It looks like it's going to be 3 for Davey.
Oh yeah, he's pedaling the bike as hard as he can. They're going to send him to home, and I would have as well. You're up 4-0, why not? And it's going to be an inside the park home run for Bryce Davey. The center fielder hits it to center field. We've talked all game about how the Rams outfielders look like they're playing too shallow, and that's the 2nd time a ball has gotten over their heads.
And that's another great shot. 1 hops, 2 hops the fence. But again, if you're Upper Sandusky, you're down 4-0, you got to keep it up, keep everything in front of you. Play almost a no doubles defense, Lynn.
This brings up Dylan Crabtree. He's the right fielder. He's hitting .369 on the season. He flied out to left and he singled back in the 2nd. Only the 4th inning, and they're at the plate for the 3rd time through. Heilman continues to pitch for the Rams. He had 61 pitches to start this inning. There's a breaking ball dribbler sent back to Heilman. He'll go 1-3, and the Rams get their first put out of this inning. Brings to the plate 3rd baseman Braxton Martin. Hitting .241 on the season, walked in the 1st and flew out to right field back in the 3rd. In the 3rd, the Rams got 2 straight outs to open the inning, and then the trouble hit with a single, a double, another single, a hit by pitch, and the Perkins Pirates plated 2 more runs. Perkins was scoreless in the 1st, but they've scored 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and now 1 already in the 4th off the inside the park home run from Davey. Heilman high on that delivery. 3 balls and no strikes.
Take here all the way. If you're Perkins, make him throw a strike.
And he missed the inside corner.
Heilman looking over at the dugout, almost a sign of, hey, what are we doing? I'm done here.
He has walked 2, and he has also hit 2 batters on the afternoon.
4 free bases, essentially.
Yep.
There's now our player spotlight. Walton steps in the box.
Taylor Walton, he had an infield hit in the 1st, and he grounded out 6-3 back in the 3rd. Count is even at 1-1. Heilman really struggling. His pitch count is up. His frustration is probably up. Off goes the runner. Throw by Kaysen Gottfried is not in time, and that moves Braxton Martin to 2nd base.
Another runner in scoring position, looking to put another 2 spot on the board, make it 6-0 is Perkins.
Yep, and only 1 away, so even a fly ball to deep center or right field will most likely move the runner. They're going to check and see, did he swing? They say no.
He did not. He held up. Good job there by Walton to not finish that swing. He stopped just before the breaking point.
Walton has 9 doubles, a triple, and a home run on the season.
And that's going to score a run on the overthrow to 3rd, and that'll make it 6-0, Lynn.
Yep, the Rams are not characteristically an error type of team, a miscalculating type of team. They don't make a lot of mistakes, and today they have not played very cleanly.
And that's just one of those, we talked about it. Sandusky wants to run right on the base pass. They do it right there. Steal second, steal third. The mistake throw to third allows a run to score, and now you get your guy on base as Walton goes down looking, unfortunately. But you get another guy on baseline, and you start the train all over again.
Third strikeout for Heilman this afternoon. That brings to the plate Cash Cook, and he has had a day. 2 singles and scored 2 runs. Oh, and by the way, he's pitching a shutout through 3 innings.
A 2-hit shutout at that.
Heilman catches the outside corner of the plate. That was kind of a givey pitch right there.
Yeah, that looked like it was almost in the other batter's box from our vantage point at least.
Evens the count at 1-1. I know when I umpired, when a ball game got like this, my strike zone definitely expanded to batter's box to batter's box. You want the game to keep moving, make them come up and swing their bat. And even on a normal day, I probably gave a good ball outside and inside corner.
You almost have to, even at this level.
Another fly ball. This one into left center field. And again, the Rams can't seem to reel it in, and that's going to go down as a double. I guess a single probably is the
single
play with
and
an error.
Yeah, single. Well, I don't even know that I'd call that an error, though. There wasn't really an attempt made at a catch. It's like it hit the grass and went off of the center fielder's almost chest or something and bounced left.
They gave him a hit. They've now tallied up 9 hits on the board, so they have given him a hit. So you got to give him a double.
As another pinch runner comes in for Cook.
Rams having a hard time getting 3 outs in this inning. They'll start Parker, the first baseman, with a strike. Heilman probably pitching to his final batter here if he's able to get the out. And I think he may have just said, I guess he wants to have a talk about what they're going to do here. I thought maybe he was pointing for somebody to come in relief and just say, I'm done, my arm's had it.
Yeah, got to be pushing that 80 range currently is Heilman.
Rams can get out of this inning with no more damage, but they've got to get through Blake Parker first here. And he has 2 singles on the afternoon, and he has scored 2 runs. Chad Snyder, the home plate umpire, says, yep, I'm going to give you that outside strike again.
Finally gets a changeup across.
And there's a hard smash to shortstop. Nicely played by the Rams. And they get the out. Caleb Francis with the beautiful throw over to first base. And Wyatt Taylor hauls it in. And a nice play by the Rams to end the inning. Perkins gets 2 more. They lead 6-0 at the end of 3.5 here in Bowling Green.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Welcome back to Bowling Green. Lynn Passett, Josh Banks with you for this regional semifinal Division 4. Upper Sandusky coming to the plate, trailing Sandusky Perkins 6-0. We've played 3.5. And that last batter, Blake Parker for Sandusky Perkins, what a beautiful play by the Rams defensively. They did get him. We kind of looked at it closely between innings, and it was a bang-bang play at first, but a beautiful throw that time by the Rams. Here you can actually see it again. This is super slow. The ball hits, the foot hits, and he did get him, and a beautiful play that time from the Rams shortstop, Caleb Francis,
who's now in the box, down 1-2 in the count from Cook.
How many times do you see that? A nice play made by a defender, and then they come up to lead off the inning. And a single by Francis to right field to lead things off for the Rams, and a good job that time out in right field by Trey Johnson of knocking that ball down. It took kind of a funny hop. All singles for the Rams. They have 3 hits now on the afternoon. A single by Bennett. Or I'm sorry, I just was looking at the wrong team here. Single by Johnson to lead things off for the Rams. Or Francis to lead things off for the Rams. Then a single by David Gibson and a single from Nate Lewis. Those are the 3 hits for Upper Sandusky. Rams trailing 6-0. Perkins with 6 runs on 9 hits. They have made good use of their hits today. Rams have played a little sloppy out defensively. They have left a fly ball go over their left fielder's head and a fly ball over their center fielder's head for an inside the park home run. But Perkins has been very patient at the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Kason Gottfried, the catcher, is in the box. There's a strike, chipping away at the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gottfried hitting .382 on the season. He grounded out to third base back in the first inning. Pirates have sent their entire order through hitting 3 times. The Rams are just now getting to their second time through.
200 of you out there watching on Facebook and YouTube. We see you out in the fan zone, guys. Keep talking to us. Shout us out. We'll shout you out. Let us know who you're cheering for, where you're cheering from.
Cook glancing over at first base, now delivers, and there's one into the hole on the second base side of things. The Rams are finally going to move a runner to third for the first time this afternoon. They've got something cooking here in the 4th as Francis leads off with a single, and he moves to third base off the single from Kason Gottfried.
Well, and here's the thing. All it takes is one big inning if you're Upper Sandusky. You put up 10 in your district championship game against the Galleon Tigers. You have the ability to score runs. The question now becomes, can you score the runs and can you stop the Perkins offense?
Well, the good news for the Rams is there's nobody out and runners at first and third, and that brings up the pitcher, Josh Heilman. Best hitter on the team, .458 batting average, and I'm sure after his woes of pitching today, he would love to help himself out a little bit here at the plate. As Cook delivers, and boy, he got a big outside corner that time from Chad Snyder. No
breaking
balls,
ball.
1 strike.
Got the breaking ball to be called for a strike. A great pitch to lead Heilman off with.
Heilman rips one down the third baseline. It's fair, inside the bag. It's going to score 1, and the other runner, Kason Gottfried, will stop at second. So the Rams finally break through and get their first run of the afternoon. They now trail 6-1.
And there's still nobody out, Lynn. First and second, nobody out still for Upper Sandusky. They're starting to time Cash Cook up, and it's really benefiting them so far.
No extra base hits for the Rams yet. They have 5 hits. All have been singles. Runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the home half of the 4th inning. Rams have plated 1, and they're looking for more. Dave Gibson, the left fielder, is at the plate, hitting .333. He singled back in the 2nd inning.
He took a 3-1 fastball right back up the middle back in the 2nd inning.
Cook down low on his opening offering. As I said, Perkins has gone through the lineup. They've had 3 at-bats already, everyone, and the Rams are just seeing Cook for the second time through, so they're starting to try and get their timing. There's a nice off-speed curveball in and breaks over the plate for a strike, evening the count at 1-1. Gottfried at second, Heilman at first. Nobody out. Rams threatening. They've scored 1, looking for more here in the home half of the 4th. Just outside and low. 2 balls, 1 strike to Gibson. This is kind of a big at-bat for the Rams. I mean, they need to keep this inning moving. Two-one pitch popped up straight back to us. It's not gonna quite make it to me. I was looking for another one here.
I wanted that one.
2 balls, 2 strikes. You know, teams do scouting reports. I did a scouting report myself. And our producer, Adam Thompson, who missed 2 or 3 chances at foul balls last week at the girls' fast pitch regional. I caught one. He missed about 3 because his hands were full of food. Adam today has not touched anything to eat or drink. I'm proud of him. The scouting report says he is ready this week. So I'm looking forward to see if Adam can grab one this week. There's a high blasted fly ball to left field. Tagging up is the runner, Gottfried. The catch is made. Gottfried will scamper home. It's now 6-2.
Chip away at the lead if you're Upper Sandusky. That's the first out of the inning. You still got a runner on. You can cut this in half if you can produce 1 more.
Well, they still have Josh Heilman sitting at first base with 1 out. That brings to the plate the center fielder, Kane Roop. Roop went down with a dribbler back to the mound in the 2nd inning. That wind continues to really blow here in Bowling Green from home plate to dead straightaway center field. Cook is going to just make kind of a gratuity throw over to first base to let Heilman know that I see you. Don't think that I don't. Rams may put him in motion, though. There's one between first and second again. Heilman not on his horse. He'll stop at second base. I was kind of surprised that he didn't really take off for third.
Yeah, a slow roller like that in this current situation, you got to be on the move. You have got to get from first to third on that play. That could almost be a costly situation there for Upper Sandusky as they try to battle their way back.
Well, the Rams started off with a single from Francis, a single from Gottfried, then another single from Heilman, a sacrifice fly from David Gibson, and now another single from Kane Roop. 4 singles in this inning, and still only 1 out, but the Rams have only scored 2 runs.
Yep. Extra base hits aren't important, but they can be valuable in critical situations.
They seem to be timing up the pitcher here in the 4th. And the Pirates are going to have a little meeting of the minds out at the mound, I think, just to kind of settle down Cash Cook. Rams with Brody Cox, the 3rd baseman, at bat. He hits 172. They would love to get him to ground into a double play and just end the inning, they being the Pirates. Upper is 12-2 in the Northern 10, 18-4 overall. Perkins 8-2 in the SBC. They won the Lake Division, and 20-9 overall. 3 balls, no strikes to Brody Cox, and needless to say, Cook is struggling. And then there's a walk to load the bases.
1 out, bases loaded, and again, the second time through the lineup, the patience of the Rams has what has been the difference so far here on the bottom half of inning number 4.
And here comes the pitching coach for Sandusky, Perkins, out to have a little chat with his star pitcher who is struggling here in the fourth inning. As we mentioned, the Rams with 1, 2, 3, 4 singles and a walk. And they have scored 2 times here in the bottom of the fourth inning to make it a 6-2 ball game.
As I believe this is Lewis coming up to the plate.
It is Nate Lewis, the DH.
Who singled in his first AB.
He did. Singled in his first at-bat, and then he got picked off at first base when the next batter, Trey Johnson, hit kind of a looping shot to second base. The second baseman caught it and then fired back to first and got Lewis for a double play.
But now if you're Upper Sandusky, you're down 6-2. A single here up the middle from Lewis should potentially score 2, and you still only got 1 out, and you're getting ready to roll right back around to the top half of your lineup. As Glenn, we got 250 watching us on Facebook and YouTube right now.
And Cook struggling. He throws his opening pitch into the dirt. Ball 1 to our designated hitter, Nate Lewis. As we mentioned, he singled back in the third. The Rams with the bases loaded. 1 out. Bottom of the fourth, they've scored 2. It's 6-2 Perkins.
As again, the generous outside corner being called.
You have to know that he's been calling it all game long, so you better be ready for it. 1-1 the count. Lifting a high fly ball to center field. This will be good for a sacrifice fly. Bryce Davey makes the catch. Trotting home with the third run for the Rams is Josh Heilman, and Upper has scored 3 times here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. And they still have runners at first and second.
2 sacrifice flies to go along with, what'd you say, 4 singles here in the inning?
4 singles and a walk.
They're doing everything correctly, and again, you're getting ready to get back. As this is the 9-hole batter, Trey Johnson. Your top of the lineup's on deck. If Trey Johnson can find a way to flip this lineup over, the Rams are going to be in business.
And they've made Cook throw a lot of pitches here in this fourth inning. He was doing great on the pitch count, only had thrown 21 pitches through 3, I believe it was, and he is probably up around 50 now. 2 quick strikes, though, on the bottom hitter, Trey Johnson. He's your right fielder.
37.
37 pitches this inning?
Total so far.
Okay. So really, he's only thrown 16 this inning. The Rams have just done a good job of hitting him. Barely got the end of the barrel of the bat on that one to keep himself alive at 0-2.
Great job there by Trey Johnson to fight that one off.
Now if you're the pitcher, you go just a little farther outside than the last one and try to get him a chase.
Yes, you do.
No balls, 2 strikes. Well, he went with the breaking ball. It's in the dirt. The runners are both going to advance.
And now again, another situation, a base hit from Trey Johnson's going to score potentially 2 runs and make this a 1-run ball game.
And for the infielders, it takes away the force out at second. So now you've got to fire it to first if he hits something infield. He got him to chase. That is a check swing, but it is a swing, and that is a strikeout. Ends the inning, but the Rams get 3 runs on 4 hits, and they leave 2 at the end of 4 complete. It is Perkins 6, Upper Sandusky 3. You are watching Boys Division 4 Regional Semifinal Baseball, live and free on the OH Report. Top of the 5th inning for Sandusky Perkins. They lead 6-3, and this is their designated hitter, Quentin Bennett leading things off. He hits .333 on the season. So far today, a double and a single, both knocking in 2 runs. So he's got 4 RBI on the day today. His first hit, the double, went over the left fielder's head all the way to the wall and cleared the bases for a 2-0 lead.
Out in front of the off-speed there. Heilman's come out 3 consecutive off-speed. Went curveball, changeup, curveball. Do we expect maybe a high fastball here, try and get him to chase?
Or another off-speed curve outside to get him to chase. He went outside.
Good block by Godfrey behind the dish.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Heilman's pitch count getting up there, but he's rejuvenated with the 3 runs the Rams were able to plate in the bottom half of the 4th inning and cut this 6-0 lead in half at 6-3. Bennett with a good eye, though. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Perkins with 6 runs on 9 hits. And here he lifts one to right field. Calling for it is Trey Johnson. He makes the catch. There's 1 away. Rams have committed 2 errors. They have 6 hits to go with their 3 runs. This brings to the plate Carter Cook.
Catcher number 15, Carter Cook.
The 90th pitch of the afternoon right there for Heilman.
Cook hitting .279 on the season. Heilman opens things up with a strike. There's another breaking ball. It's over, and they say it was a little high. 1-1.
Good spot there from Heilman on the 0-1.
Another breaking ball. This time he's able to throw it right down the middle. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A lot more breaking balls this half inning from Heilman than we've seen in the first 4.
Well, and he's controlling them too. Earlier in the game, he was really struggling to get that pitch anywhere near the plate. In fact, he hit a couple of batters today, and I think they were on breaking balls that just didn't break. They just simply went right into them. The wind has died down just a little bit momentarily, so that's helping, I think, as well. Another foul ball off the bat of Cook, and it's still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cook's hit .279 on the season, and he has been hit by the pitch twice in this ball game. He's the one who's had a rough time of it, but here he says, you know what, I'm gonna get myself on base a different way, and he gets a single.
One too many breaking ball there from Josh Heilman, and Cook sat on that one, drove it right back up the middle.
Just as you're supposed to do. Good job of hitting that time by Cook. Brings up the second baseman, Sam Schwienfurth.
As the winner of this one, Lynn, will take on the winner of game number 2 today, which hosts Cleveland Benedictine and Napoleon.
And that's a 5 o'clock start, which is kind of a late start considering they have no lights here in BG. I know it's light until basically 8:30, but if you happen to get a little weather that stalls things out on you and you have to resume play, you're facing the possibility of darkness coming into play. Here's one lifted down the right side, a long run for Trey Johnson. He just ran out of real estate, and it falls as a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tell you what, Trey Johnson hustling over to try to make that play just out of his reach as he runs into the fence.
I think he wanted to dive, and then he realized I'm kind of close to the fence, and these guys aren't used to seeing a warning track all the way around, so he didn't really probably know how close he was to that fence. He had room to make the dive. He just probably felt like he didn't.
Maybe that's one of those ones where we slide instead of a full layout, try to get a glove out there.
Heilman with the quick flip over to first base, trying to catch Cook a little off balance or maybe off guard. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at first. And he picks the outside corner again. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Again, Snyder been very, very consistent with that outside corner so far here this afternoon, giving him about 2 balls on the edge.
And he just K'd him there. 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Josh Heilman, and there are 2 away here in the top half of the 5th.
And how big would it be for Upper Sandusky, Lynn, to get out of this inning without giving anything up after you just put up a 3 spot in the bottom half, and now you've got the top of the order coming up in the bottom half of 5?
You'd have to be feeling mighty good, and there's a breaking ball over for a strike, and Heilman now starting to feel it.
And again, one thing about Josh that we've seen is he works very, very quickly.
Now a quick throw over to first. Adding to his pitch count by throwing to first.
Absolutely.
He'll be over 100 pitches most likely at this point in the ball game. Another slow breaking ball. This one does not capture the corner of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ripped right back up the middle. Another single for Perkins. They are just a steady hitting machine. They don't do anything fancy. They just hit the ball and put it in play.
Yeah, double-digit hits now. Their 11th hit of the afternoon, with the big difference is no errors on the board for Perkins either. Looking through the crowd.
And I think this is it for Heilman.
They're going to come out and talk to him. Looking through the crowd, though, we see Upper's AD sitting up in the upper left. Basketball coach Jeff Winslow here checking him out, supporting the basketball or baseball squad as well. A lot of his kids, a lot of his basketball kids out on the diamond today. But the difference in the game, I think, is just consistency. Perkins been a lot more consistent at the plate, and like we talked about, a lot more patient in the early innings.
Looks like Heilman has convinced head coach Jerry Smalley that I'm still good. I can get us out of this inning. Just give me a couple more batters and I'll make it happen. Dylan Crabtree, the second batter on the lineup. He has flew out to left field. He has singled and he knocked one back to Heilman, the pitcher, in the 4th. So he is 1 for 3.
That's going to be fouled on the plate on the third baseline. And if you're Coach Jerry Smalley, you get 125 pitches. That's your limit in high school baseball. You got to be pushing that if you're Heilman. He's getting in the rhythm. You just let him ride out that 125 and then go to your relief.
Crabtree, the right fielder, hitting .369 on the season. He's got 4 doubles, a triple, and 19 RBI to his credit. 31 out of 84. Good eye. 3 balls, 1 strike. Heilman kind of losing him. He doesn't want to. He's looking at his coach like, do not come out here, just let me pitch.
Do not want to walk the bases loaded here, because you're getting ready to come to the part of the lineup that has hit him well all afternoon.
Well, and he just did. And it might be wise to let the Pirates see a different pitcher at this point with the bases loaded, 2 out.
They're going to let him go. Coach Smalley walked down to the end of the dugout getting ready to come on the field, and then he turned around and came back.
Third baseman, Braxton Martin.
We started to mention earlier, though, Jerry Smalley, the Upper Sandusky head coach in his 5th season with the Rams, announced his retirement. He is done. He's hanging it up at the end of the season. He's got a great record, 91 wins, 36 losses.
Looking for that inside strike are the Rams.
And here's a ground ball to short. Rams should get themselves out of it, and they do with the 6-4 force out to end that half of the inning for Perkins. The Pirates tried to get a little something going, but nothing doing as the Rams shut it down. It remains 6-3. Perkins on top of the Rams, and this is our 5.5 inning stretch, and it's being brought to you this afternoon by Maumee Bay Turf and also by Danny's Cafe of Rossford. 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Perkins, 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for Upper Sandusky.
And again, like we were just talking about, Lynn, it's just been the consistent bats for Perkins. Upper's finally starting to come alive as we've seen 4 singles in the last inning. But the consistency of Perkins 1 through 5, 1 through 6, and then the bottom half of their order really coming up big when they needed them to help really grow this lead. But Upper Sandusky showing they're not going to go away easy as they put up a 3 spot Now it's going to come down to which pitcher can calm down the quickest to continue to allow his team to have an opportunity to hold on to a win.
Well, the Rams are going to have the top of the order to lead things off here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Justin Heilman, Caleb Francis, and Kaysen Gottfried will lead things off. Heilman is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Francis is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. And Gottfried is 1 for 2 with a single.
Yeah, Francis led off the bottom half of that last inning with a single to get everything started. So again, we're getting to that part of the lineup that started to see Cook a little bit better in the last couple innings. They're going to give Upper Sandusky a chance to come back. But as we've continued to see for the last 4 innings, Perkins really doing a good job as we are at the 300 mark of you out there watching us live and free.
Love having the viewers out there. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon on this rather warm but very breezy day here in Bowling Green. But the wind has really kind of subsided probably in the last 15-20 minutes. It was blowing 25-30 miles an hour straight out to center field, and now it has really calmed itself quite dramatically. So leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Rams, the second baseman, Justin Heilman. He's hitting .394 on the season. He struck out in the first, and he hit a fly ball to center field back in the 3rd. And Cook hits the plate with that delivery, and it's now 2 balls, 1 strike.
And the 1 strike we see in Heilman, and even myself from up here, I know these Upper Sandusky players are up on the plate. That one looked like it might have been a little bit tight.
There's another one down low, and it now makes the count 3-1. And we saw Cook get a little off kilter in that 4th inning when the Rams hitting for 4 hits and 3 runs. And now he's worked it to a full count.
If you're Heilman, any way you can get on base here, you have to get on base as the leadoff batter for your team in this situation.
Yep, you want contact. He's got contact. It's hit to the shortstop, Talon Walton, and he makes the throw out at first. Heilman making a good try to run it out and beat it out at first.
It's a good play there by Walton, though. Routine play, fields it cleanly, makes the throw. A lot of times you'll see young men rush that throw. It'll be in the dirt or it'll be an overthrow when you see a fast base runner on the bases.
1 out, the Rams send the shortstop, Caleb Francis, to the plate. He's hitting .328 on the season. He struck out in the 1st, and he singled back in the 4th to help get that 3-run uprising going for the Rams in the bottom of the 4th inning. They trailed 6-0, had only 2 hits until the 4th when they got 4 hits and a walk and a sacrifice fly, and they put everything together to cash in for 3 runs.
And they're going to need another inning like that here in the 5th. They've got to put up 1 or 2 here.
Francis chipping one off his inside ankle. That always smarts just a little bit. 2 balls, 1 strike. The winner comes back here tomorrow to play for the regional championship. As Josh said, Napoleon and Cleveland Benedictine are the second game participants at 5 o'clock here in Bowling Green. So if you want some good free high school tournament baseball action, get up here at 5 o'clock. 2-2 the count, 1 away. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, and there is strikeout number 5.
What a spot from Cook. A curveball on the outside corner absolutely froze Francis.
My correction, that is strikeout number 4 for Cook. I thought he already had 4, but that is number 4. Second time that Francis has gone down via the strikeout. Kaysen Gottfried, the catcher, had a ground ball to 3rd, and he singled back in the 4th. And now he launches a high fly ball. Second baseman calls for it. That's Sam Schwienfurth. He's got it, and the Rams are retired 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the 5th inning. At the end of 6, I think that 5. It is now 6-3. Perkins over Upper Sandusky. You're watching live and free on the OH Report.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Quick shout out to all our sponsors allowing us to bring you this regional semifinal game right here live and free on the OH Report. Maumee Bay Turf, your trusted source for turf systems and premier sports bars in Rossford. Reed Insurance Agency, insurance from a name you know and trust, serving Wyandotte County since 1975. Quest Federal Credit Union, a full-service financial institution ready to support you, your family, and your goals. BS Media, need a commercial to showcase your business or promote that you're hiring? BS Media Productions is the most affordable, high-quality production company in North Central Ohio. Find them on Facebook. And Pinnacle, elevate your professional space with tailored cleaning solutions that promise unmatched quality and reliability. And last but not least, Scout Construction. With more than a decade of business, you can trust Scout Construction with your roofing and siding needs. Call Scout Construction for more information. 419-989-7240. Lynn Passett, Josh Banks, back.
Now pitching is number 42, Talon Walton.
Thank you, Josh. 6-3, Sandusky Perkins over Upper Sandusky, top of the 6th inning now, and the Rams have made a pitching change as Heilman is going to step off the mound, and they have gone to their starting shortstop, and he is now stepping in. Caleb Francis doing the pitching, and he's 0-1. Here's a high fly ball. Looks like the second baseman, Justin Heilman, is calling for it. He makes the grab, and there's one away.
Second time that Justin Heilman's gone out into the outfield to make a good play.
Cash Cook, the pitcher, will now come to the plate. Hits .229. He is 3 for 3 with a single, and a double.
And 3 runs scored as well, right?
He has scored 3, and he has knocked in 1.
Again, a great job by Godfrey back here behind the dish. Both catchers doing a fantastic job here this evening.
And we talked about the wind relaxing. So much for that thought. It is now back. Not nearly what it was before, but it's still back pretty good. Probably a good 15, 20 miles an hour. 88 degrees, and we have been there from the first pitch till now. Nice warm afternoon here in BG. There's a dribbling, looping liner into left center field, and that's good for Cook, who is now 4 for 4.
Tell you what, Lynn, you know, we're going to have a conversation at some point about MVP, but I think Mr. Cook kind of solidified himself with what he's done on the mound, and he's 4 for 4 at the dish.
Yeah, 3 singles and a double RBI. He's scored 2, and on the mound, he has really been pitching well this afternoon.
As Josh Heilman, the former pitcher, has now moved over to first base.
Blake Parker now in the batter's box. He's your first baseman for Perkins. And he hits a crushed shot to left field over Gibson's head and left. That's going to easily score Cash Cook from first. And he's looking for a triple, and he has got it.
The third extra base hit of the afternoon for Perkins. Fourth, I'm sorry. 2 doubles, a triple, and then we had the inside the park homer earlier as well.
Well, and that's the third time a ball has gotten over the head of an outfielder. We've mentioned it several times that it just seems like the Ram outfielders are playing a little bit shallow considering this wind and considering the fact that Perkins can easily put the ball on the bat. And here's one of them, Quentin Bennett. He had a double back in the second inning that plated the first 2 runs of the ball game as he hit one well over the head of Gibson in left field. I mean, it was a shot, a one-hopper off the track and into the bottom half of the fence. And here's another one, beaten into left field. But this time the Rams, Gibson has backed up. He makes the catch, but the runner tagging, and that is Parker scoring. So the Rams have solidified their outfielding, but there they gave up another 2 runs here in the top half of the 5th.
As 2 has been Perkins' favorite number so far, as they put up 2 in 4 different innings.
Yes, and we are in the 6th, my apologies. 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and now 2 in the 6th for Perkins. They lead Upper Sandusky 8-3. I'm being told that my producer, Adam Thompson, would have known what inning we were in.
Well, he's also got the scoreboard right in front of him, Len.
He can't catch a foul ball, but he knows what inning we're in. And it's good to see that his diet has gotten better today. He's only eating Lifesavers and gummy bears, so he's doing much better. No more Snickers, no more pizza. I don't see a sloppy Joe in his hand. He's doing much better today. 8-3, Perkins on top of Upper Sandusky. We are in the top of the 6th inning. The Rams running out of outs and the Rams running out of runs. They are struggling against this hot-hitting Perkins team today. They have 13 hits to plate their 8 runs.
And a walk. And again, Lynn, 2 runs on 2 outs for Perkins.
Yeah, I don't know how many times today the Rams have gotten 2 out and then the carousel has struck. And this being another one of those innings. Ripped down the third base line. That's going to go for extra bases.
That's more than likely going to score another run as well.
Yep, Carter Cook's going to score all the way from first base. And a stand-up double. For Sam Schwienfurth.
They're going to try to check that one as well, but and Cook's going to come back in touch because he came a little bit too close for comfort to missing that base again right there, Lynn.
Yeah, you don't want to give away outs when they should be runs. We had that back in the 3rd inning.
Back to the top of the lineup here is center fielder number 7, Bryce David.
When Carter Cook got hit by a pitch, made his way around the bases, thought he had scored, but he failed to touch home plate. And it was an excellent call. We saw it from up here. We even validated it on camera. So you can bet he wasn't about to miss home plate there.
Well, and he did again, actually, and he came back and touched it. Davies had the inside the park home run earlier in the game.
Swing and a miss. Davey, the leadoff hitter. Flied out to left in the 1st, struck out in the 2nd. Had an inside the park home run in the 4th and then a single in the 5th. He's batted every inning except the 3rd. And now a lashing shot to the second baseman, and he is thrown out, and the Rams end the inning. Not until Perkins scores 3 more here in the top half of the 6th inning. It's now 9-3, Perkins over Upper Sandusky. You're watching live and free on the OH Report. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Bowling Green State University. Lynn Passett and Josh Banks along with you for this boys Division IV regional semifinal baseball game. Perkins on top of Upper Sandusky 9-3. The Pirates with 2 runs in the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, and 3 in the 6th for their 9 runs on 14 hits. And the Rams are going to send one into the gap in right center field. Running hard for a triple is going to be their leadoff hitter, and that is Heilman. Josh Heilman.
Their first extra base hit of the contest, Lynn, and that's something they absolutely needed to have a fighting chance here in this one.
Well, we were just talking off camera about the fact that Cook, the starting pitcher, Cash Cook, will most likely go the distance today so they can save all available arms for tomorrow should they end up winning this ball game and as they go for a regional championship. And here is a long fly ball to straightaway center field by David Gibson. That'll be good for a sacrifice fly. That will score Heilman, and now it is a 9-4 ball game.
As Upward's going to need to put, I'd say they need to get this to a 9-6, 9-7 ball game by the end of this inning, and then they're going to have to shut Perkins down on the top half of the 7th to give themselves a chance.
Yep, and that's a fighter's chance. That's all you can ask for. 7 hits now for the Rams, only 1 extra base hit, that the triple that Heilman just led off the bottom of the 6th with. Cook still firing hard. He hits about 88 miles an hour, they say, with his fastball. He's trying to pepper that inside corner, and he got it that time. 2 balls, 1 strike to Kane Roop. Roop, the center fielder. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hit one back to the pitcher in the 2nd, and then singled back in the 4th, and was stranded at 3rd base.
Upper looking to get another runner on.
High and outside, and they do so. Roop with the base on balls. Brings up the 3rd baseman, Brody Cox. 172 hitter. He had a fly ball to center field back in the 2nd, and then he drew a walk in the 4th and was stranded at 2nd when the Rams had the bases loaded. Good high and outside, good eye. Cox really needs to keep this rally alive. Inside, as Cook is having a little bit of difficulty hitting his spot right now.
Something we've seen in a few different innings from Cook is a couple struggles here and there. He'll walk one, he'll lose control a little bit, but he always manages to find it.
Good pitchers always seem to navigate themselves back to north on the compass and get themselves back in stride eventually. 2 balls, no strikes. That's good for a strike. Rams have a runner at first. That's Roop, who just drew the walk. Inside, 3 balls, 1 strike. I'd say you got to be taken here and make him
battle back. Yep,
make him fill the count. Maybe even crowd the plate a little bit to make it a little tougher for him. And he does
fill it.
3-2. Choke up just a little bit. Looks like he's doing so. You want to try to make contact anywhere. And he does so. Gets a little looper into right field. Play is made by Dylan Crabtree of Perkins, and the Rams at 1st and 2nd. With one out.
Yep, they're getting ready to get back to the top half of the lineup as Lewis is going to step in. I want to say the 8 hitter.
Yes, he is. Nate Lewis, the DH, singled in the 3rd and then hit a sacrifice fly to score a run.
Now batting is the designated hitter
in the 4th.
Nate Lewis.
As that looks like Perkins getting ready to send somebody down to the pen.
They're going to get an arm warmed up. Their center fielder looks like he's playing rather shallow right now.
Their outfield playing shallow as well.
Check swing, but Chad Snyder, the umpire behind the plate, says it was still a strike. Either way, whether you checked it or not, it was a strike. Cook gets ahead in the count. Here's a ground ball. It stayed fair. Bobbled momentarily that time by the first baseman, Blake Parker, but he ends up stepping on first and getting the second out of the inning as Roop will move to second base.
Stayed right over top of the bag.
Or make that Cox moves to second, Roop moves to third. So the runners are now at second and third with 2 out. So a single's going to score 2.
Big opportunity here for Trey Johnson.
Now batting here is right fielder number 11, Trey Johnson.
Johnson's your right fielder. He grounded out to second base in the 3rd inning, and he struck out in the 4th to end the rally by the Rams when they plated 3 runs on 5 hits.
And here's the thing, if you're Trey Johnson in this situation, you're getting on any way you can because you got the top half right behind you.
Lean out and take one on the shoulder if you have to. Well, he didn't listen to me. He bailed.
Tell you what, it's easier said than done from up here. If I got an 88-mile-an-hour fastball coming at me, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stand there and take it.
Well, there's a difference. I've got more fat to help than he does. So there's a lashed ball to shortstop, cleanly played by Perkins. A wild throw to first. He bobbles the ball. He bobbles it. The Rams are going to score 2, and then Trey Johnson is injured at first base.
He went for the tag. It's a clean play. He went for the tag. The runner ran through the bag. The ball came out. It's now 9-6.
Yeah, you hate to see Johnson go down. He took a really hard swat, and there was nothing vicious done by it. When you're the first baseman, the throw is wide to your left. You're going to try to catch it and swipe him as he runs toward first. And regardless, the Rams got 2 more runs. They've scored 3 times here in the 6th inning, and suddenly it's a 9-6 ball game. Trey Johnson is now up. He's going to try and walk this one off. Probably took a shot to the rib cage.
Winded for sure. Got the wind knocked out of him. I mean, listen, that's exactly, as a base runner, that's textbook base running. Run through the bag no matter what.
He ran to it and then fell on it.
Yep.
And we aren't laughing at you, Trey. We are laughing with you.
And now 9-6. Leadoff batter in the box for Upper Sandusky.
Here is shortstop number 2, Justin Heilman.
So the official score gave an error to the first baseman, or to the shortstop, I'm sorry, for that wild throw to first.
And now Trey's going to take second on the pass ball.
Yep, and now a base hit scores another one, and we talked about how Upper needed to get it to 9-6 or 9-7.
They've done
got the
just
9-6.
that.
They're looking for more. That one's inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Heilman, the leadoff hitter, struck out in the first, flew out to center field in the 3rd, and then grounded to short in the 5th. He's due, but he launches a high fly ball to center field. Bryce Davey is there. He makes the grab and ends the inning. The Rams get 3, though, as they score 3 in the 6th. And at the end of 6, it's 9-6, Perkins over Upper Sandusky. You're watching live and free Boys Regional Division 4 action from Bowling Green on the OH Report.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Caleb Francis still pitching for the Rams as we head to the top of the 7th inning for Perkins. They will be led off by their leadoff hitter, Bryce Davey. Oh, I'm sorry. Dylan Crabtree will lead things off.
The 2-hole hitter, Dylan Crabtree.
Yes, I forgot to mark down that Davey was out last inning. Here's a ground ball to the first baseman. Fielded nicely by Wyatt Taylor. And the Rams have one away in the top of the 7th inning.
Other action live and free on the OH Report. The Waynedale Golden Bears are up 10-3 in their regional semifinal. And then we got a state semifinal softball game. The Mohawk Lady Warriors and the Monroeville Lady Eagles are all square 0 as they just started. And don't forget at 5 o'clock, unranked Evergreen and unranked Colonel Crawford in a regional semifinal as well.
Some good baseball to be seen and softball here on the OH Report yet today. Another hard hit, long fly ball to center field, unable to make the catch in center.
That's got potential to be another in the Parker, Lynn.
Yep. Braxton Martin will stop at third cautiously, and again, I hate to say it, but I just feel like the Ram outfield has been way too shallow all day. That's the 4th ball that has gotten over their heads. That one the wind really caught.
With all the extra base hits that they've given up, you would think that they would have, even 4 or 5 steps, give you a better chance to be able to chase that ball down.
You can run a lot faster in than you can run over your shoulder.
Absolutely.
Back. So with 1 out, the Rams really need to tighten down the hatches because Perkins gets 1 more. This game is probably over with. It's 9-6. Pirates over the Rams. Last inning, the 7th. And that's going to launch into left field and score another run. Gibson makes the catch. Tagging up is Martin. There is run number 10 for the Pirates, and boy, that one was a big one.
And how about 15 hits for the Pirates on the afternoon, Lynn?
Yep, they've been a hitting machine, and we talked about the fact that their team batting average is only .296. Normally you see teams in high school at the regional level well over 300, such as Upper Sandusky. They're batting .339 as a team. But Perkins only hitting .296, but boy, you wouldn't know it today. And he lost the ball, almost an identical play from the last inning as the Rams had a high throw. Wyatt Taylor tried to come down with it. I thought he landed on the bag to make the out.
I thought he came down, got back on the bag before the ball came out of the glove. It almost looked like the ball was slapped out of the glove. It was a completely different play than the last inning.
Yeah, I thought he was down with the high, and now Coach Smalley wants an explanation. He's thinking the same thing. Didn't he come down in the air on the bag to make the out, and then they knocked the ball out of his mitt?
And if Coach Smalley does it correctly, he should have that umpire ask for help. He would come to the crew chief, I assume, which would be the home plate umpire. He should be watching that as well. They should be able to come together and make the correct call.
It's not like a play where you have to establish possession of the ball. He had possession when he came down on the bag. Then the ball got knocked out by the runner.
Now they're going to come together, and this is the correct decision. And if I had to replay it, if I looked at it again, it would tell us all. But from what I've seen up here, he went up, caught the ball, came down, touched the bag. That establishes the out.
Yep.
That ends the inning. Nothing else can happen.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Just like Adam Thompson, our producer, just said, like in football, all you got to do is cross the plane for it to be a touchdown. All you got to do is touch the bag for it to be an out.
And he had possession.
Yes, he did.
So the ball was knocked out by the runner as he passed him at first base. So
after the play was already made.
I believe this should be an out. They should look at first, point to first, and say runner is out.
Wow.
They're calling him safe.
That is a momentum swing for Perkins right there. Granted, it's already 10-6, but that's a difference maker.
Well, they've added that as a 3rd error of the ball game to Upper Sandusky. Can't win too many regional championships when you've committed 3 errors in a ball game and had 4 balls hit over your head in the outfield. There's a slap shot to the third base coach, who was the head coach, TJ Blanton. He made an error. He didn't quite make the clean snag down there, but he was able to knock it down.
Got a hand on it. I don't even know that I would have been able to do that. Hard hit ball.
Breaking ball by Francis does not find the inside corner. And it's one ball, no strikes. Francis now firing and getting the foul ball to even the count at 1-1. This is Blake Parker with Cash Cook on second. We were just trying to identify how Cook got on second. I think he ran to second when the Rams were kind of looking around befuddled, unsure what was going on. And here's a high pop-up. I don't think it's going to stay in play. The Rams can't get to it. It'll make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure when he would have advanced to second.
Because the foul ball to the head coach was a foul ball. You can't move there. And I believe he was already at second. So he must have kind of
snuck his way to second base.
He kind of snuck his way there while the Rams were looking around thinking, well, we thought we made the out and we didn't. Perkins still with someone warming up in the bullpen, just in case. Oh, and a line shot to third, stabbed by Brady Cox, and that will end.
Josh Heilman.
Oh, that's right, they made a switch. Yeah, Heilman. So that ends at 1 run in the 7th inning for Perkins. They tack on to their lead, 10-6 over Upper Sandusky. We head to the bottom of the 7th and final inning. It's 10-6 Perkins over Upper Sandusky. Caleb Francis will lead things off for Upper Sandusky in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Rams trailing 10-6, and he fouls one back to the screen. I had Josh Heilman leading things off, but apparently I'm wrong.
Heilman scored in the last inning.
Somehow my book has gotten out of whack. That's Adam Thompson's fault, yes, our producer. He was in my ear and making a mess of things. Regardless, Caleb Francis, shortstop. He's struck out, he singled, and he struck out. So he is 1 for 3. He is batting .328 on the season. So he's right around his average. He's .333 today.
2-1 the count here. Rams desperately need a leadoff base runner.
And Cook struggling a little bit. He's going to try to go the distance. He's given up 6 runs on 8 hits. Rams have committed 3 errors. Perkins has committed 1 error and nearly a hit by pitch, but either way it was a walk or a hit by pitch. So Caleb Francis leads off the 7th inning with a walk. That's going to bring up Kason Gottfried, the catcher. Hitting .382. He is 1 out of 3 today. He grounded out to third. He singled. And he also had an infield fly back in the 5th inning.
Heilman on deck. He had the triple in his last AB.
This is catcher number 5, Kason Gottfried.
Get a couple of runners on if you're the Rams, and then let Heilman go to work as your best hitter.
Keep yourself in the ball game.
Surprised that Perkins hasn't backed their outfield up and said keep everything in front of you, but they're playing a normal outfield distance.
They look a shade deeper than what Upper Sandusky's been playing all afternoon.
Especially in left and right. There's a hard smash right up over the middle, and the Rams are going to run for third, and a whale of a throw. It's airmailed over third, and that allowed the runners. He should have hit his cutoff man. Don't let runners get extra bases, and that's exactly what they just did. They gave a free base to the hitter, Gottfried.
A big play there for Upper Sandusky. Gottfried puts the ball in play. I thought the second baseman had an opportunity to get a glove on it. Heads up base running. Now your second and third is we're going to have a meeting at the mound.
I think this might be it for Cook. They've had somebody warming up out in the bullpen, and his pitch count is probably getting up there, and rather than risk.
It is going to be it.
Yep, he's going to say sayonara for the day. The Rams have runners at second and third with nobody out. We will take a break and come back on this pitching change. We are in the bottom of the 7th. The Rams, their final at bat. They trail 10-6. We'll be back live and free on the OH Report. The Rams led things off here in the bottom of the 7th with a walk and then a single that turned into runners moving on a bad throw from the outfield. So Upper with runners at second and third, nobody out. We have a pitching change and pretty much a strike thrower.
Yeah, Martin comes in, a 2 ERA, 24 strikeouts to 7 walks and 31 innings pitched, but 2-0 early here to Heilman.
Heilman is who they wanted to get to the plate. He's their best hitter, batting .458 on the season. He had a long hit his last time for the Rams, along with a single and a ground out to third today.
One thing you notice about even kids at this level, they don't like the outside corner. They got to learn to step to that pitch and push that ball to right field.
Count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike.
And if you are Perkins, the last thing you want to do is walk the bases loaded with nobody out.
Yep. And you can bet he's taking one more here. And it's a walk. The Rams
are not done.
They had just refused to go away, I'll tell you. Bases loaded, nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning. Rams trailing the Pirates 10-6.
Tying run, steps in the box, Gibson.
Perkins with 10 runs on 15 hits. Rams with 6 runs on 9 hits. Upper has committed 3 errors. That's been a real problem for them today. This is David Gibson. Singled back in the 2nd, and a sacrifice fly in the 4th to score a run, and then another sacrifice to move the runners in the 5th. And here a high bouncer to short. They'll flip it to 2nd for 1. Back to 1st, no go on the double play. Gibson's going to take off for 2nd. He's got to go because he made the turn. 1 run is going to score. That's Francis.
2 runs scored.
And Godfrey came around to score as well from 2nd. It's now 10-8 with a runner on 2nd.
And again, the tying run at the dish with only 1 out.
So the fielder's choice only turned into 1 out as Heilman was forced at 2nd. Kane Roop, the center fielder, now hitting. He's grounded back to the pitcher in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, and walked in the 5th. And he chips one off the catcher's noggin right there for a strike.
A big at-bat here for Roop.
Game 2 participants are watching intently. Cleveland Benedictine and Napoleon. They start at 5 o'clock. There's a looping curveball that never moved, hit the batter, and suddenly the Rams have 2 runners on base.
And suddenly the winning run is coming up to the plate for the Rams.
They have been resilient. Let's give them credit. They have really been resilient today. They don't let anything bother them. They just keep battling and coming after you. And now the 3rd baseman, Brody Cox, is at the plate. Batting just .172 this season. He flied out to center field in the 2nd. He drew a walk in the 4th, and then he singled in the 5th. He had a seeing eye single between 2nd and 1st.
And wouldn't a seeing eye single be absolutely massive here for the Rams? It probably scores 1.
It would score 1, but would put the tying run on 2nd easily. Only 1 away in the bottom of the 7th inning. These 2 head coaches, Jerry Smalley for the Rams and TJ Blanton for the Pirates, starting to put their minds to work. Who am I going to pinch hit? Who am I going to move? Am I going to bring in a new pitcher? No one is warmed up for the Pirates, so if they make a pitching move, they're going to
be cold.
Yeah, they only get so many warm-up pitches, and they're coming in off the bench. So this is going to become dicey for both teams here as time is being called by Cox.
2-0 the count. Martin has really struggled to come in and throw strikes in this relief appearance.
He found the outside corner there. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Cox was taking all the way on that 2-0 pitch. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at 2nd and 1st for the Rams. And now it's 3-1. I would crowd the plate and take another
I'm almost taking all the way right here. 3-1, he's struggling. I'm taking all the way here.
I'm taking and I'm crowding the plate and leaning out over the plate. And he missed inside the bases.
No, he's going to call strike 2.
Wow, that looked like it was inside badly. But Chad's been calling the corners all day. 3-2, 1 out. Runners at 1st and 2nd. And he got the strikeout. He battled back from a 3-1 count to get the strikeout. There are 2 away in the bottom of the 7th.
And it all comes down to Lewis.
Rams with a tying run on 1st.
This is the designated hitter, number 3, Nate Lewis.
Nate Lewis started the rally back in the 4th.
He's got a single, a sacrifice fly, and an unassisted ground out. 1 ball, no strikes.
Again, you've got your leadoff batter in the hole if you're Upper Sandusky. Patience at the plate.
Well, and as we said, anything that is through, the runners are moving with 2 outs. So They're going to score one on a hit for sure. And odds are a single, you're moving to third because you're not slowing down. You're just moving.
Yep. First to third on any ball to the grass would be ideal.
Ground ball foul off his ankle. That'll be 2 balls, 1 strike now to the batter, Nate Lewis. Outfielder, especially the center fielder, is backed up just a couple of steps now for Sandusky Perkins.
3-1.
Second straight batter he's gone to 3-1 on. Have to think some nerves are probably at play now.
Gonna look to go back to that outside corner.
And he got a pop up, and the pitcher will take care of it himself. And Sandusky Perkins will advance to the regional championship game tomorrow right here in Bowling Green. They escape as the Rams get the tying run on first, but they can't do anything more. They fall 10-8 to the Perkins Pirates. We're back to wrap things up after this break. Our final again from Bowling Green, Sandusky Perkins 10, Upper Sandusky 8. You've been watching live and free on the OH Report.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
For over 12 years, you've trusted Scout Construction for quality building and remodeling. Now we're proud to offer expert excavation services to start your project off right. You've seen what we build, now see the way we dig. Experience the Scout Construction difference. Call or email us today for a free quote and let us break ground together.
You just watched live and free high school baseball as Perkins defeated Upper Sandusky 10-8. This game was brought to you live and free thanks to our sponsors, Mommy Bay Turf Center and Danny's Cafe Rossford, your trusted source for turf systems and premier sports bar in Rossford. By Reed Insurance Agency, insurance from a name you know and trust, serving Wyandotte County since 1975. By Quest Federal Credit Union, a full-service financial institution ready to support you, your family, and your goals. By BS Media Productions. Need a commercial to showcase your business or promote that you're hiring? BS Media Productions is the most affordable, high-quality production company in North Central Ohio. Find them on Facebook. Pinnacle Building Services. Elevate your professional space with tailored cleaning solutions that promise unmatched quality and reliability. And by Scout Construction. With more than a decade of business, you can trust Scout Construction with your roofing and siding needs. Call Scout at 419-989-7240 for more information. We'll be right back with your MVP interview from Bowling Green.
Josh Banks here with our Quest Federal Credit Union MVP, the winning pitcher and the junior for the Sandusky Perkins Pirates, Cash Cook. Cash, #1, congratulations. You guys are moving on to the Elite Eight. What's that mean to you?
Yeah, that's huge for us. Last year we lost the district finals, and we all wanted to make a statement this year. And we came down here in BG, really wanted to win, got the win, and we're going to be excited to be back here tomorrow.
Today at the plate, you go 4 for 4. You score 3 runs. You have an RBI. What did it mean for you guys to really get the bats going? You end up with 15 hits as a team. You only hit 290 as a team, kind of the lower average in the tournament. So what was it like for you guys at the plate today to get the bats going?
Yeah, I mean, we've been putting up runs. Might not be getting hits, but we're putting up runs. That's the most important thing. We came in here. It's a nice sunny day out. Finally a good day for baseball with the wind out. And we put good swings on the ball, and the ball was flying today.
Bottom of the 7th, they make a little run. What was it like in the dugout to kind of fight through that with your teammates to move on to advance to tomorrow?
Yeah, it's very nervous. I wish I could have gone the whole game, but I just couldn't. But I knew I had Braxton coming behind me, and I could trust him. I knew he was going to get the job done. I never had a doubt.
All right, so you guys are going to move on to play the winner of the next game. So what's the rest of the day going to look like? And what's it going to take to come out tomorrow, win a regional title, and go play in Akron?
Yeah, I think tonight we got to go home, get some sleep, get some rest, get up early, get some breakfast in us, and come back and hit the crap out of the ball again.
All right, that's our Quest Federal Credit Union MVP, Cash Cook. Cash, you know how this works. You're going to look up in that camera right there. You see my producer pointing at you. You're going to take the mic from me and give some shout-outs, buddy.
Shout out all my coaches again, Coach Barrett again, all my uncles, all of them, because they gave me some diss last time. My mom, my dad, and Jesus Christ.
All right, guys, that's our Quest Federal Credit Union MVP, Cash Cook. Hey, congrats on the win. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
One, two, three.
Here we go.
And welcome back to Bowling Green State University. Lynn Passett, Josh Banks along with you as we just witnessed Sandusky Perkins knock off Upper Sandusky from the regional semifinals. 10-8 the final score. 15 hits for Perkins, 9 hits for the Rams. Hitting was really a big key, and the solid pitching from Cash.
Yeah, Cash did a great job. 4-4 at the plate. Threw 7. Allow his team a shot at the Elite Eight.
And how about those Rams? Despite 3 errors and 4 balls that got hit over their outfielders' heads, they would not go away. They actually got to the bottom of the 7th with the tying run on first base with 1 out. They just couldn't cash in.
Yeah, they were resilient. They did everything they were supposed to do as a team. They kept their hearts in it. They played hard. They left it all on the field. And for their seniors that just finished their season, congratulations on a great career. But on the other side for Perkins, hey, you got 1 more. And then if you win 1 more, you're going to go get a chance to play at a state tournament.
And we'd like to thank our sponsors, Danny's Cafe of Rossford and also Maumee Bay Turf Company, for bringing you today's pregame and postgame here on the OH Report. That's going to do it for us, I believe, this season. You and I are going to get to play some golf now for the summer.
Sounds like a plan to me, Lynn.
All right, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you being there all season long. Again, for Josh Banks and the rest of our OH Report crew, the final score of today's Division IV Regional Championship. It was Sandusky Perkins outlasting Upper Sandusky 10-8. And we'll see you again later on the OH Report.